Today I want to talk to you about what sectional title trustees can do during the course of a financial year when scheme budgets prove insufficient. Now, we all know that budgeting is not an exact science, so this video will concentrate on the various processes the trustees can follow when they find that they don't have enough money for a particular budgeted expense. By way of background, it's not unusual for owners at an AGM to impose a restriction on the trustees to the effect that they must not spend more than a stated amount on a particular expense, or perhaps on any expense, without first coming back to the owners and getting their permission, or at least telling owners that the limits need to be exceeded and giving them an opportunity to give input or require a general meeting to discuss the issue. In addition, of course, the prescribed management rules contain a built-in limitation on the trustees' spending power. In practice, once a year at the AGM, owners in a sectional title scheme approve a budget for the administrative fund. The budget comprises a number of different expense items, each with an allocated amount. The trustees are then bound to spend funds according to that budget. In terms of prescribed management rule 9C, the trustees must spend money, body corporate money, in accordance with budgets that are approved by owners. They're not automatically entitled to do what has been called bandit budgeting by spending funds budgeted for one expense on another expense. The trustees can, of course, raise a special contribution defined in Section 3(4) of the Sectional Title Schemes Management Act as one that doesn't arise from the budget that owners have approved at the AGM. But Prescribed Management Rule 21(3)A restricts their right to do so to situations where additional income is required to meet a necessary expense that cannot reasonably be delayed until provided for in the budget of the next financial year. And even if these requirements are met, special contributions are very unpopular, and for good reason. If a special contribution is not necessary because there is sufficient money in the budget overall, and the problem the trustees face is that there just isn't enough money allocated to that particular expense, even though the prescribed management rules don't specifically cater for the adjustment or revision of an approved budget, there is a way they can get the authority to effectively transfer money budgeted for one expense item to another. Section 7(1) of the Act allows the owners to give trustees directions as to how they must exercise their powers and functions. The trustees can convene a general meeting and ask owners to give them a direction by majority vote to allocate a portion of the budget approved for one particular line item to another line item. This owner decision will authorize the transfer of the excess amount to the expense account where it's needed and bring the trustee decision to spend that money on the different expense within the scope of the limitation in Prescribed Management Rule 9C. I hope this has been of use to you and look forward to seeing you in other videos.